Welcome to Dorothy's Diary. Today, I want to tell you about the proposal. I'm thinking back nearly 50 years. Unbelievable. I don't feel that old. But in 1968, I was 18 years old, and I was in love with the boy next door, and I was pretty sure he was going to propose to me this particular weekend. Well, every weekend we had to go up to the cottage, and this weekend I didn't want to go. I mean, I know we were really lucky as children, blessed really, to have the cottage, and we had many wonderful times there, but this particular weekend I didn't want to go. So I said to my mom, I got a really bad stomachache. I can't go this weekend. You go ahead. I'll be fine. Well, before I knew it, my mother was rushing me to the doctors. Now, let me explain why. My older sister, when she was 6 years old, had a ruptured appendicitis, and I think she nearly died. And of course, that was really frightening for my mother and my father. So, in the car and on the way there, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I mean, what do I say? It's okay. I'm just kidding. I didn't really mean it, Mom. I couldn't really do that, and I'm thinking, well, you know how you rationalize sometimes. Well, my future sister-in-law, she had her appendix out, I don't know, maybe a year before. And she only had this little scar, so I'm thinking, oh, that's okay, I can handle that. And it's true, it was always in the back of my mind, worrying about, ruptured appendicitis. And I'm thinking, well, I don't have to worry about that anymore. And they say you don't really need an appendix. So I'm thinking, it's okay, I can do this. So I can remember being in the doctor's office, lying on the table, and he's pushing on the right-hand side, and he said, does that hurt? And I'm going, oh, yeah, that really hurts. And he pushed on the left side, does that hurt? I said, no. Because I knew that the appendix were supposed to be on the right-hand side. So, anyway, before I knew it, I had to go to the hospital. Yeah, the same day. I didn't even get to go home again. And my mind is racing, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? I mean, I was in so far. I couldn't say to my mom, it's okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just faking. I'm Mom, okay. And I'm thinking, oh, it's okay, I can handle this. But I couldn't tell anybody. And I certainly couldn't tell my boyfriend, because he was so upset when he knew that I was, going to have my appendix out. So they took them out. That very day, my parents they went to the cottage, which was fine with me. I was glad. And because they knew I was safe in the hospital. So they took the appendix out, and the doctor couldn't figure out what was wrong, because my appendix were not inflamed at all. So, talk about it backfiring on me. They did a whole exploratory, because they wanted to see what was wrong inside, like why I had that pain. So now I have the biggest, longest, ugliest scar. Ugly scar. And of course it probably took longer to heal and was very painful, but okay, I deserved it. I know. But the proposal still, I'll tell you what happened. Okay, so then going Friday, Saturday, I don't know if they took them out the Friday or the Saturday, I can't remember now. So on the Sunday, I begged the doctor to let me out. I wanted to get home and propose to before my parents came home from the cottage. So I said to her, oh, I'm fine. I could hardly stand up straight, but forcing myself, I'm fine, really, let me go home. Anyway, I talked him into it. So he let me go. I mean, I was 18, so he let me go. So went back to the parents' house, which was right next door to my boyfriend's. and I wanted to create a romantic atmosphere because I was pretty sure. And actually, when we were in the hospital, I knew for sure, because when we were in the hospital, he came in and he looked so handsome. He had just become a policeman. I was so proud of him. And he came in, and he was so upset and so worried. So how could I tell him I faked it? I couldn't do that. Anyway, so he had the ring with him, and he started taking it out, and I said to him, "No, not in here. It's not romantic in here." So, but I did close my eyes and let him try it on to make sure that it fit. So, anyway, I talked the doctor, letting me out. I got out on the Sunday. I was all excited. We went out to dinner at a restaurant, and I wanted to set up a nice romantic atmosphere at the house. Any records I could find were Frank Sinatra, and that was fine. That set a nice ambiance. So I can still see the two of us in the house in the living room. I had the Frank Sinatra music on, and I remember David saying to me, he got the ring out, and it was a beautiful diamond ring. And he said to me, I forget how he worded it, but he didn't actually propose. He didn't actually say, "Will you marry me, Dorothy?" So I said to him, "You have to ask me, because I know you, David. For the rest of our lives, you'd say to me, 'Well, I never asked you to marry me.'" He would have. So he did ask. And I said, "Yes." And he put the ring on, and it was so beautiful and romantic and a nice kiss. But with laughing, it hurts to laugh when you have an appendicitis, or after you've had the incision from an appendicitis. But anyway, so he did propose. I did say yes, and then the parents. What happens next? So, in the meantime, little did I know that the parents had phoned the hospital to see how I was doing, and they were furious that I wasn't there, and they were so upset. They were phoning all around to try and get me. So of course they phoned the house. We weren't there. We were at the restaurant having dinner. So they come home shortly after that, and I'm all happy. I want them to see my ring and that I'm engaged, and I'm so happy. Oh, they were so mad. They were so upset. And I understand now, being a parent. They were really, really worried, like what happened to me. Where was I? Why wasn't I in the hospital still? Anyway, so then we told them about the engagement. And I have to tell you, that's a whole other story, because that was a whole other drama, which I will tell you in a future one. So that's all for now. So I hope that you enjoyed my story, and I guess what you can learn from that is that don't do what I did. That was a pretty silly thing to do, and I've had to live with the evidence for the rest of my life. Anyway, that's it for now.